Yes, I need to get that. The regular meeting of the Belvedere Tiburon Emergency Preparedness Council of April 21st, 2026. And we will start out with a call to order, which that was, and go ahead to approval of minutes, which were distributed, I think, today, right? Yeah. Okay. Of the last meeting, which was a special meeting.
I made one change since I distributed them. It had said special meeting agenda across the top. I changed that to special meeting minutes.
Okay. Thank you. And any other corrections, additions to the minutes as distributed? I haven't seen you for a while. Okay, so we will then go ahead with open forum. This is an opportunity for anybody in the audience to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda. If it is an extensive item that will require extensive discussion, we'll try to prioritize it for the next meeting. Are there any additional issues? Okay, we will move ahead then with the first presentation. Gary Masati is a frequent visitor here, and you were going to talk to us about wildfire protection, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you for having me and being a part of this. I put together a little slideshow just to kind of put some notes up here that y'all can see, and I'll also maybe go off. I won't read everything verbatim, but answer some questions and kind of go over to provide the information. Just first of all, so the Community Wildfire Protection Plan, known as the CWPP, there was one in 2015, another in 2020. This is kind of updated version that's coming out from 25 that will be completed in 2026. So again, any questions, happily to try to answer or kind of take some notes and provide back later what I can. But this is kind of the gist of it. So 2026 Marin Community Wildfire Protection Plan. The basic, what is the Community Wildfire Protection Plan? The wildfire risk component of a broader local hazard mitigation plan. It connects city and town, the general plans under the local safety element. So it's basically a framework that prioritizes prevention activities, which supports grant requests, enhances interagency coordination and alignment, and communicates priorities to the public. So having the CWPP will align and assist the town of Tiburon, the city of Belvedere, and if we can maybe put in for a grant request, that having this could help with grants that we put out that can help secure that. And again, it also will help prioritize some different project work that we see and hazards and kind of mitigate that. Why do we need a CWPP? I may have kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but the last one was done in 2020. There's been some significant increases in WUI disaster fires nationally. The 2021 Colorado Marshall Fire, the 2023 Lahaina Fire, and the 2025 Los Angeles fires. The new improved GIS-based risk assessment and methodologies, including fire pathways, fire resilient roadways, and soon some urban conflagration. The 2026 CWPP will be presented and a report will be like on a map finder. Again, they said some GIS, there'll be a little more technical background to go through this. It won't just be a paper, but there'll be a little technology included in that. It'll be updated annually and integrated mitigation efforts to reprioritize. It's also with the Measure C that all of the Marin agencies are doing. So we are aligning. So City of Belvedere, Town of Tiburon, and Tiburon Fire is all aligning together as one to complete the CWPP. Who is a part of it? As you can see, and I don't know, it might be a little dim, but all of the fire agencies in Marin County, along with PG&E, Marin Transit, schools, County of Marin, cities of Mill Valley, Town of Ross. So basically, you name it, they all tried to integrate everybody. It's not just the fire district. So we're really trying to take a whole scope that many different agencies and departments, towns, and cities can be a part of this. What is in the CWPP? So they took into account fuel modeling, fire behavior, on a science base and modeling for rate of speed, intensity, probability, and pathways. That's the integrated kind of nuance that they've used the technologies to kind of get this. There is a couple of agencies that they're really working with technical support that are looking at those things, not just the old way that they've looked at, where the fires were. Now they're looking at different fuels and weather conditions. The weight and speed of the response, they're valuing a risk, evacuation difficulties, and then social vulnerabilities. Prioritizing action plans to reduce the structural ignitability. So prioritizing the risk reduction activities. They kind of put this in kind of plain, we try to make it like really, you can really break them apart. For example, the vegetation management, the city of Belvedere and the town of Tiburon can just really prioritize and kind of give back data of where they're working for fuels reduction project. Alert Marin, I know we're all working together to try to get, right, everyone kind of back, I'd say to Alert Marin and really register. That's a big thing we're trying to hit on. Fire detection, early warning and evacuations. We have the LRAD system, but really to send out messages if there is a hazard, right? Evacuation planning, the roadside clearing, we're identifying a lot of roads that, right, there's a lot of tight roads, but really honing down and trying to identify those roads. And then the armed parcel risks that we're doing, DJ and myself and now McKenna, we're going to be going out any request that comes out home to home and really try to emphasize the veg management and the home hardening component of that. So we're going to basically hit every home in the WUI and everybody that makes an appointment. We are going to get to that home and that resident to really try to do that armed parcel risk. What it's not, a mitigation activity tracker and a design program design tool. Although I do feel like it does design that we can really hit, but it just says that it's not an specific tool designed for that. Public engagement. This is a big one. May 2nd, I kind of have it on here, but at the Embassy Suites in Santa Fe, Southern Marin's going to be there. Tiburon Fire is going to be there. Novato, Santa Fe, every fire agency will be there at the Embassy Suites from 9:30 to 12. And Fire Safe Marin has got a grant that can help with this public engagement component of that. Again, I mentioned all the fire agencies will be there. The residents are welcome. The board and councils will be invited. Special districts will be invited. So if y'all are around or anybody that you know that would like to attend to get more info, there will be a lot of questioning answers, and Tiburon Fire will have a table there. And I know Southern Marin as well will have a table there. The intention is to provide local and specific content for the event, and Fire Safe Marin will be coordinating with all these agencies. We already have our table set with our personnel, and they've done a good job organizing that. Small project. This is up off Lyford and Round Hill. This is just kind of a one that I threw in the slide. That was kind of a pre. Here's a post, right? Round Hill has a ton of homes at the top. Terraview, Mount Tiburon, that's up past stop sign. So just kind of really getting roadside, even though this is a much wider road, but this is kind of the gist of it, right? Just to kind of before a lot of veg and trees going the roadway here. We did a little clearing that it was a huge difference if there is evacuation and kind of fire. So that was the gist of it. Again, happy to answer more questions. And this document is not completed yet. It will be finalized possibly summer of 2026, and we'll have a lot more. This was just a general to introduce you all and give a little introduction of the CWP of what that is.
Gary, thank you. Any discussion?
Gary, I see you looking at the stakeholders. You mentioned HOAs and POAs. Obviously, I am a director of one of the HOAs. And I just wondered, how can we get involved?
Definitely. I mean, I know you and you've had an awesome outreach and talking to communities, and the May 2nd event at the Embassy Suites, that is a good one to get more involved. But HOAs, we're definitely going to get more information spread to them, but to you that you have your neighborhood Del Mar group. Right. If you want to, if you're not available, maybe somebody can come to that as well. But I do think that is a good time and chance that maybe residents and groups and everybody could kind of spread some more information or maybe voice their concern or see something that we haven't addressed.
Yeah, it's my birthday weekend.
Or put someone else in your place that day. But you and I will still continue and I'll follow up with you.
Yeah, just a quick question. I was curious, like, what are like maybe a few high risk areas like Tiburon, Belvedere, and the rain's a good thing. It's also a bad thing just for fuel. So I don't know if you guys are like have like specific strategies of like looking at like certain high risk areas and monitoring like during high risk days.
So I know there's a lot of different types of risks in this freaking fire particularly. There was one zone that was up on Ridge, or they called it Hill Haven, that had a little bit more of the higher risk, but there's not a specific particular that one that we're looking over the other. But we're kind of going parcel by parcel to see like what zone is maybe more overgrown or different areas of evacuation. There's a lot of streets here that one, they're narrow, and two, there's only one way in and that's the way out. So I would say there's not a prioritize of what is a higher, but obviously if you're higher in the hill and you need to evacuate due to fire, then there's only going to be one way down. So I think really hitting the first is parcel by parcel risk, and then working with the city and town to both really do those projects that we can do.
Other questions? Well, Gary, this event on the 2nd, is that going to be are there going to be organized presentations, or will they be just agencies having their own little table set up and you go and talk to them?
There will be the morning portion. I believe the first hour will be presentations with some of the, I know Marin County Chief will be there along with the Fire Safe Marin, and that will be more of the presentation portion. That has a lot more. I think some of them have done the last 3 CWPPs over the years. And then after that, I believe 10:30 or maybe from like 11 to 12 will be just a table with each agency if specific. If you'd want to, connect with Tiburon or you want to connect with Southern Marin, that will be the second part. So first part presentation, second part table to table.
Jane, question? No. Any other questions? Anybody in the audience?
Sounds good.
Sounds good, yeah. As a sort of, oh, I'm sorry, Jane. Don't forget Jane.
The only audience here. Is this on? Yeah. The question I had is, May 2nd is coming up really soon. How are we supposed to all know about this event?
So from what I know, I mean, Fire Safe Marin has been putting this out. It's going to be, it already is posted on Tiburon, some Tib Talk. I'm trying to think where else they put it. There's been in the IJ,
okay.
Putting some stuff out. The Fire Safe Marin has put in a pretty large amount of this, but yeah, specifically, I don't know if there's been any mailers out.
Okay.
And I know it's the May 2nd kind of is around the corner, 3 weeks away or so. I think this was actually established like in the last couple of weeks, the event and date. So it wasn't that long time ago. I think this was just a couple of weeks ago. We got our final date.
So just a reminder that Belvedere also has a newsletter like Tiburon Talk. And so if we can get the information, we can put it out to the community.
Perfect.
But we didn't have the information to put it out. So I do read Tiburon Talk, and if I see something in time, I'll put it in.
Perfect.
But so anytime you're sending something to Tiburon, please include our clerk, Beth Hayner, in Belvedere, and then we'll be able to
Got it.
advertise it for you.
I will note that and I appreciate that. And that's
Okay,
something I'll
thanks.
add. Thank
Not
you.
nagging, just.
No, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Thanks, Jane. Gary, as an aside, the Belvedere group got ready Belvedere, or Belvedere Better, or whatever we call it, met this morning. And we didn't talk about it at length, but one of the things came up was the new siren system or the repaired siren system that we have in Tiburon, Belvedere. And to my knowledge, that does not include an LRAD capability. Is that correct? It's simply a siren. It does not allow us to promote information over the siren system.
I know. I don't want to skip, but I think Lori might have a.
Okay.
So the siren out at Bel Air School is an LRAD system because that one was purchased by Southern Marin Fire. And so that one is capable. And then the mobile unit that we have has the voice capabilities. The other ones are all just sound.
Just-
And so the idea is to, once you hear the siren, make sure you're looking for your alert Marin messages or tuning into the Snap radio.
So it's Bel Air and the mobile.
Are the only ones
the
with
only
the
two
voice.
There are it.
Yes.
And are you gonna have any training or anything about how and what to broadcast in the event this is ever activated?
So that would be a Southern Marin Fire because they're the ones with voice capabilities on the big siren. So I don't know what their plans are for that. Leah, do you?
So do you need to be on the mic?
You should,
Okay.
in case we have an audience.
Yes, so that there are templates in place for different kinds of emergencies or threats that would go out and could be used, and there's a protocol in place for utilizing those devices that would be done through Southern Marin Fire for the ones that we maintain. For example, Marin City, I say that because Marin City has a device as well that's managed through county fire. So depending on the jurisdiction, we'd work with them.
We'll say, if we had an event in Belvedere, Tiburon, that Tiburon Fire was on scene and we had that capability, mechanically, how does that work? Does somebody on scene, are they capable of broadcasting over that, or would it go to Lori at the?
So somebody on scene could do that, not a member of the public, someone in staff, or there are pre-recorded messages or messages you can push to the system. I can get more details on the exact process to send out to the group if that's helpful.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
the next meeting.
Sure.
Certainly not urgent, but something that would be interesting to know how the thing actually works. We are,
And then our other 5 sirens that are maintained by the town of Tiburon, those ones are all activated remotely. We can actually do that from the police station. We have a centralized computer that we can do it from, or there's an app for that as well. But right now we just have it at the station in the emergency operations center. Somebody could hit the buttons and activate it
okay.
and update Snap radio from there.
Again, in terms of like infrastructure, I'm not familiar with everything you guys have, but you guys have like any AI camera networks like Pano AI, Alert California, or Alert West? Have they been implemented like in Marin County? That basically allows for like, basically, what does it say? Real-time visual confirmation and then an AI triggered alert. And they also have like sensor networks like Dryad networks and SenseNet, which detects fires before visual smoke. Again, I know it's early, but just curious if you guys have been evaluating those technologies to make your job maybe easier, maybe not.
We have not had, no, and I'd love to look more into that.
Okay. And just one other aside, that's totally out of context, but I'm curious, since the fire department's here. I read in the ARC recently that our arts committee has okayed these alternate signs that are going to go up around Belvedere, Tiburon. I don't want to get into an extensive discussion, but has the fire department been consulted on that? Are these going to be creating visual problems for us with the existing signage, or what?
I am not aware of that, but I would definitely look that up and get back to you. I don't have information on that, but I will follow up.
Okay.
Definitely.
It would have been nice, I think, if the Arts Commission would have consulted the fire department before they went and okayed this, but yeah, let us know.
I will. I'll follow up and get you.
Tom, I
follow-up
don't think
information.
those signs are planned to be in the need. So
Our point about.
they're not going to be on like roadways or anything like that. They're going to be in
I
like
think-
flashy
Yeah,
pasture.
I think you're right, but I want to make sure before these schemes get placed that we know what's going on. Thank you. Any other questions in regard to that? Gary, thank you very much. And Leah, thank you for your input.
Thank you for having me.
So we will go on to new business, and Lori, I guess you're on for get ready to go 94920.
I wanted to let you know there's been a lot of talks about the Get Ready to Go 94920 event. We were looking at moving it to a new location this year. And after having a really great conversation with the fire chief, it was decided that we are going to skip doing it this year, doing the event that we've been doing the same way for the past 5 years. We're going to skip doing it that way this year so that we can better plan for a bigger evacuation drill leading into a emergency preparedness event like the Get Ready to Go event at a bigger, better location. So we're going to start planning now for something 18 months from now. And this year, we're just going to have fire, police, Office of Emergency Management do an education type of event as part of a Friday night on Main Street event. So we're going to team up with the chamber, do a little Friday nights on Main. Chamber doesn't know this is coming yet. I've yet to talk to them, but I can't imagine it should be a problem. But the big news is that we're looking to do a Get Ready to Go evacuation drill and event in 2027.
Okay, good. And we'll be happy to participate in that to the extent we can, if so desire.
And I think we'll call in assistance from the Office of Emergency Management. You know, we partner with the County of Marin on so much, and they have people that have been parts of teams that have done this. So we'll rely on their expertise to make sure that we have a successful evacuation drill.
Okay.
Laurie, when are you going to make that as a public announcement?
Months and months from now.
Okay, so keep it quiet for now.
Keep it somewhat. I'm excited about it, and we're gonna definitely let people know, because I think that because we've done the Get Ready to Go 94920 every year for the past 5 years, there's almost become a level of expectation. But every year is too much, and we're seeing the same faces, and we need to do something to spice it up a little bit and draw a new crowd.
I know that from some of the council leaders and some of the council candidates, they've been pushing for an evacuation drill for the last number of years, so they'll be pleased to hear you're moving ahead.
It's a lot of work, and I'm
Imagine.
excited that we're finally going to do it.
I think they're concerned about not just a drill, but finding out what our plans are for evacuation in the event if it's ever necessary, because that really, as far as notifying that issue to the public, I don't think we've done a very good job on.
We've been trying really hard to push the Alert Marin notification system, which is how we're going to let people know where the problem is and how and where to evacuate. So really pushing Alert Marin is the big thing. And I think the last numbers were, 41% of the population on the peninsula has actually signed up for it. So
Yeah, I think that's generous, to tell you the truth. At least the DC3 still gives us a figure of about 35% or so. Somewhere in that range. But in any event, it's still unfortunately low.
yeah, so we encourage the public to know there are 2 ways out, by foot and by car, and make sure you're signed up for Alert Marin.
Okay. Other questions, comments from anybody? We will then move on to the emergency preparedness video series. Jason and Lori, you're both part of this, I guess.
So I'll let Jason jump in with anything if he wants to add, but basically we have put together a little committee, a little task force of people. We're going to start making some public service announcement videos. We're going to do a series of videos, 30 seconds or less, how-tos, like how to build a go bag, how to turn off your gas, how to shelter in place and have a good kit at home. We have a whole long list. We have a good team of people. The library is going to be kind of taking the lead on doing the videos, making the videos. And we're going to film the first one, hopefully next Monday. And Yvonne at the library has asked that we make that the presentation at our next disaster council meeting. And we'll hopefully be able to show you the first few in a series of videos that are being made.
James?
Where are they going to be seen?
So the library is going to post them on their website. We're going to give them to the city of Belvedere and the town of Tiburon for the Breeze and the Tib Talk, and also the websites. We can put it on the police department's Instagram, the fire department's next door. They can be shared by HOAs and put out on social media or newsletters. So they'll. It is.
And how many in total do you expect to produce of these things?
I think we listed about 12 right off the bat that we want to do, but if it goes well, we can keep adding to it. The whole idea is to take the Get Ready program that's an hour and a half long and doesn't hold people's attention, and cut it into manageable little blurbs, things that people can digest quickly and easily. And so we'll just do a little video on each topic, and it's going to be short and Yvonne says fun in some cases. So we'll make it easy to watch.
All right. Jason, any comments?
No, actually, we're actually always looking for volunteers to help us to be in the video. And I think it adds some realism because there's facial recognition and if it's being done by community members, I think it really speaks volumes. And so please do volunteer to appear in these videos.
I'm pretty sure at our first meeting when we all got together and met, we talked about somebody in particular that would be a really great person to have in our videos, who's highly recognizable.
Young, you know,
Yes,
photogenic.
charismatic and so we'd love to see volunteers step up to be actors and team up with maybe some of your first responders to do some of these videos.
Good. Now, are you going to continue with the discussions that the 9 for 920 event or the series that we've had for the past 10 years now, or
The
what?
next full-length Get Ready class, the hour-and-a-half long version, is going to be held at the library from 1 o'clock to 2:30 on May 20th.
Okay.
So yes, and one has been scheduled.
So you'll
spread the
try
word.
to you'll continue those.
Yes.
Okay, good. Other discussion, questions?
Well,
Okay.
where, Lori, can we get that information in the ARC or how people do it?
It's the library is promoting it. I can ask, go out and Tib Talk in the Belvedere Breeze.
Good. Well, it'll be interesting to see what sort of interest we have on the first one.
I have one person signed up already. Oh, and we did advertise at the Senior Expo last Friday. We had flyers that we handed out.
Well, Yvonne is extremely capable, so he will be a real asset to developing these things, hopefully. Okay, so we'll move on to Jane Cooper, and Pat Carapiet is not here, so I guess, Jane, you're carrying the whole thing.
It's not too heavy a load, so I think I can handle it. Thanks for having me today. And as Tom mentioned, we had a Be Ready Belvedere meeting yesterday afternoon. And one of the decisions we made is that as a reminder, last October, we did a Get Ready to Go event where we passed out backpacks and items that could go in the backpack to encourage people to think about getting ready to go. And this year, again, to take place in the fall in October, the event's theme is going to be shelter in place. So it's working out perfectly with listening to the how-to videos, and it'll be nice to put all that together and have this group and our group coordinate everything. Which is what the intent was. So that's great. The other thing we're helping with is to organize a medical volunteer team of doctors, nurses, or medical assistants who would be willing to assist in case of an emergency. And we're working on asking people. First, we're going to work on what we would expect a physician to be doing in the event of an emergency, and then we'll reach out to them. And in our case, we're doing this for Belvedere, but I think Tom brought up yesterday, which I think he'll bring up, that it would be great if Tiburon also had a list of doctors that would volunteer. So that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Any comments for Jane? I will just expand just a little bit on the medical group. This actually began about 15 years ago when we first started this effort, and we had a list of about 50 or so physicians who came from California Pacific Med Center, which was where I was working at that time. So I had access to the people that lived here on the peninsula. That now is now no longer really up to date. Many of those people have retired, have passed on, have moved, whatever. So we need to reconstruct that I don't think we need 50 people, but we hopefully could get 15 or 20, not simply doctors, but nurses, EMTs, whoever that live in the peninsula, that in the event of a disaster where we could not get people off the peninsula for any number of reasons, would constitute a medical group that would meet at Del Mar School, where we have already stored equipment that has been there, medical equipment that has been there now for what, 10 years, Lori? At least, I guess, longer than that, yeah. So with Ruben's help and with Pelle Perlmutter, who was a colleague of mine when I was working, who lives on the peninsula, I'll try to get a group of 2 or 3 of us together and see if we can come up with a name, a list of 10 or 15 names. And then have a drill or perhaps have an information session, whatever, and get this thing going that would work in conjunction with our Belvedere Block Captain program and whatever events are existing in Tiburon at that time. So that's the plan. If anybody knows any doctors or nurses who would like to participate in this, please let me know, and we will be working on that. Ruben? Okay. Questions, comments? Okay, that's all we have on the agenda. Is that right?
Yeah, since we had the special meeting last month, I feel like we kind of divided the agenda that would have been in half, so that it was a little short today.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's
Thank
good.
you.
We don't have any beer or anything, do we, that we could pass out? Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. So.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
I'll see you all July 21st, if not sooner.
Yes, sir.